shift gears to our solar system. We're able to learn a few facts about the various planets. A diagram greets us, encompassing the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. The outer portion of its ring is absent, and it's denoted as something called the gateway.
Gemini Home Entertainment is a YouTube channel that currently consists of 15 episodes.
On our plate tonight is an analog horror series by an internet creator named Remy Abode, birthed from an alternate reality gone awry, containing events stemming from the dubs for a brighter future. Gemini Home Entertainment is a video distribution company ready to take you on an educational trip through various avenues of life knowledge. What that knowledge is exactly is unclear at this point in time, but what we do know is that something in their reality is out of place. Something isn't right here. The series was born on November 13th of 2019 and has since built up to a total of 16 videos, each with their own surprises, and each giving us a different piece of the puzzle as to what's happening within this world. The guides are presented in a VHS anthology format, a far cry from the silent onlooking and broadcast interruptions we experienced in Local 58. Whoever's behind Gemini wanted people to see this, and everything within each recording is as it should be. Tonight on our plate, we have the following before us.
Gemini Home Entertainment is a series of public educational videos that you would find in libraries or stores back in the 1990s. However, the subject of each tape seems to be tampered with to show the viewer. I guess the simplest way to describe the events happening would be an alien invasion of some sort. The entity we know as Iris is a foreign living body that is hosted within our solar system. We have been shown that it has the ability to move from planet to planet with ease and alarmingly quickly. But its attack on Earth has been extremely subtle, infecting the Earth's underground with a living virus called deep root disease. We are unsure how the first trace of the Iris made it to Earth, but we have been shown the spawns of Iris do lurk in the bottom of the ocean, specifically in Mariana's Trench. So maybe the first contact was made there so humans wouldn't notice. From the ocean, the alien infection has spread to the mainland through the underground, choosing to root itself in caves and forests where it would have ample time to spread and grow. Once developed, Iris turned its enormous red eye towards humans, specifically ones within the woods. Now, the deep root disease within humans has been shown to take some different effects. Some become walking, zombie-like creatures called woodcrawlers, who attempt to lure more prey into the woods. Other times we were shown the decomposition of human tissue due to the infection that kept the human alive but connected to the Iris. So far pretty simple, right? Well, it's going to get a lot more confusing. This introduces us to a tech company called Harbinge Technology, the Deep Sleep Visualizer. This device allows dreams to be recorded in snapshots, and unfortunately, there is some tampering with the visualizer due to the Iris. Or another theory is that the visualizer is designed to only connect with the Iris. Either way, the dreams of the test subjects show photos from the point of view of creatures controlled by the Iris. Now, since my coverage, I have a theory that these mannequins that appear in people's dreams are monsters of the Iris. However, when dreaming, humans see them as faceless mannequins. At this point, there are groups of humans aware of the Iris's infection. However, faced with an unstoppable force, there seems to be some desperation among them.
A VHS archive of an ordinary broadcast company. Animal education, storm safety, space knowledge, artificial intelligence, and are among the topics presented to us in the form of short, educational VHS guides. Tonight, we will envelop ourselves within this fantastic educational series.
This is Gemini Home Entertainment.
The creator of the series, Remy Abode, has done a fantastic job at creating a true analog horror. For those that don't know, analog horror is similar to projects such as Local 58 that managed to inject a horror system inside of the confines of an analog setting. In other words, if you think of old TV broadcast stations and how those can be used for horror elements, along those lines. Not only from a horror perspective, but Remy is incredibly talented at telling a subversive story behind the scenes.
So here, we observe the ROCT tunnel into what appears to be a woodcrawler nest, which are later referred to as gardens. The deeper we go, the more infested things become, which, combined with the phrase mutation of the heart, leads me to believe that these creatures are infecting and mutating Earth somehow from the inside out. The purpose of the red flesh is currently unclear. However, we can postulate that it's some kind of artery for the woodcrawler.
It says that the woodcrawlers are expert hunters and they nest in the home of large families. This is because, as the video says, it allows them to adapt easier, along with the comforting message that you will hear screaming they stole their voices. It also says to burn the bodies lest they stand up again. Woodcrawlers. After watching these things that look like people stand still and sort of float across the ground, we're then greeted with the title showing that they are, quote, fake people. We then see one of them off to the side moving their jaw in a very odd manner, as if they're trying to figure out how the movement works. This is before our cameraman is seen and chased away, ending the first film. It says that in 1935, well-dressed men appeared to the camp and every night would visit the counselor's cabin. It says that eventually a deal was made and the men no longer came around. It then talks about legends of skinwalkers that appeared around the camp. We then see another. When talking about the artificial computer learning system, or ACL, that they've built, we then get a mention of their client. It says that their client spearheaded their AI technology and allowed them to become as powerful as they currently are. We then learn that we are going to see direct contact made from Regnad to their client themselves. We're then shown computers which seem to be covered in these sort of roots that are the same roots shown in Deep Root Disease and Advanced Mining Vehicle. So obviously Regnad is infected to some capacity. Regnad gives a prompt to which their client responds. We're then shown an antenna array before we see a view of what the client is, as it appears to be a giant glowing light in space, either a hungry eye or most likely the iris itself, the source of all of this. Regnad gives the prompt Earth, to which the client responds, Mary sees the gateway die. Sleeping ones are eaten whole. The vessel floats. Into the maw, the jaw unhinges. So when asked about the Earth itself, it says that Mary sees the gateway die. If you'll remember, the gateway is what Saturn's rings were referred to as in the solar system video. Before then saying that sleeping ones are eaten whole, the vessel floats, into the maw, the jaw unhinges. All of these lines imply that this creature, or the iris, consumes entire planets at once, saying that at first Saturn died, and the phrase sleeping ones are eaten whole most likely implies that the entire planet, which is again the vessel that floats, will simply be consumed all at once by this creature when, as it says, the jaw unhinges.